Okay. All right. Let's go to the DSLR. Remember the angle. We were a little lower on Carlos, so we want to set that up. Now, Rob, let's deploy your team. Get a couple helpers. You got to blow all that stuff up, please. Okay. Now we're going to start to, we did a lot of changes with Christina's direction, right? We opened up a lot of flags, and you can see that there's kind of some messiness going on in the background there. So why don't you hop back on you got to give me a lamp left sider. Oh, first off, let's move this light first before that. So Rob, let's look at, so what I'm looking at is you're going to push into here, right? We're looking to get this light around and create more of a wedge in his eye. So we need to move lamp right with the number 1 head. Okay, and then Ron, help him by moving that sider. That's going to come back, but okay, going lamp right on number 1. Okay, we're starting to get the wedge there. See it? Okay, now drop it down. Okay. All right. I think that's going to get in there. Let's get a ladder on that and tilt it up. Okay, now let's put that lamp left sider on that light, Ron. You got to take it off this back wall. So you got to stick it way out.
Lamp left sider, Jimmy?
Lamp left.
Where do you want it?
Number 1. Go closer to the light. Closer to number 1. You got to come out towards the set wall, please. Towards the set wall. Keep on going. Keep. There's forest. There's only 1 flag I see. Keep on going. Keep on going. Now go up in the air. Only took you 17 hours to get there. Okay, let's go here and pinch that in some more, Larry. A little more, a little more, a little more. Okay. All right, that's good. So we got 1 shadow off. Now, Ron, give me a lamp left sider on the number 2 head. And that light needs to pan right.
Got it.
Number 2 pans right, Rob. Good. Okay, now let's get that sider in, Ron. Keep on going. I got to get this shadows off here. You got to go closer to the set. Whoa, right there. Oh. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, so what I'm doing is we're getting the wedge set up, but with hard light. So we're going to come in here because I imagine that thing's blown to beat the band, right? So we have to, with a DSLR, we have 9 stops of latitude compared to 13 stops of latitude. So not only do we need to soften the light because that's what's required for the right camera lighting emotion to the scene, we also have to take it down in value because it's way too bright. So instead of using scrims up at there, I'm going to come in here and soften it and make it more rappy, which was what was in the movie. Now, what I've done is by setting the siders, we've made this all nice and calm back here. There's no shadows. There's no hot, overexposed sun. It's all about him. So let's get a 4x4 light grid cloth, half grid. There you go. And now we're going to go up in the air. Okay. All right. And we're going to bring this nice and close. Let's dog ear it. All right, now go up with that. Okay. Yeah, come in closer, and then you got to watch your background, and then go up a little bit so we don't. Oh, you're in the background there, definitely. Yeah. Okay. Now go up. There we go. Nice. All right. Now we're getting that nice rappy quality. Now let's bring in some tough Rolex. 4x. Set another one right here. We're creating this wall of diffused light. So what I try to do is I'm creating this line of light. Later this afternoon, I'll show you how I use these specific lights called batten lights that create this kind of line. It's very soft. So by using that Rolex as a thicker diffusion in front, all we're doing is letting his eye catch that. And it's just wrapping in to this other side right here, very subtly. So now let's see what we look at exposure-wise. Okay, so that's looking nice. We're probably a little hot still on him. He's right on the edge of being, he's red. So let's put a single. So we'll clamp a single 4x to this. So let's get some grip clips. And let's just grip clip this baby.
Use a smaller one if that's all you have.
See, now we got perfect gray skin tone there, so we're at 60 to 70 on that. Now, I'd love to get a little return in the bounce area. So let's put actually a beadboard bounce there. And another C-stand with the, watch yourself, Mark. I'm going to come in here. And we're going to catch a little of this.
What's that doing, Shane?
I'm just getting a little return bounce again, so everything comes from one side. I'm just trying to get just a little baseline fill, so instead of coming in here, where's that diffusion, and coming in with fill on the opposite side of camera, like this, I'm still coming in from that side. So let's slide that way a little bit. A little more. Okay, now angle it back. Swing it. No, don't touch that. No, don't. Okay, you can do it that way if you want. Keep on going. And now angle it back a little more. Oh, forward, sorry. Go, go, go. Good, lock that. Now spin it. Yeah, rotate it. Other way. There you go. Okay. All right. There you go. All right. Now let's look at her in the foreground. Look profile to us, Christina. Okay. All right. I'm thinking that she's a little hot in the foreground here. It's kind of driving my eye. Yeah. Let's put a double on her. A 2x3. We'll clamp it right to the diffusion frame. Okay. Yeah, see, that's nice. Now my eye is definitely being directed to him. Let's see. Let me see that again. Slide that from left to right. Look straight. Look profile for us, Christina. All right. So there it is right there. Now slide it the other direction. And go back. Now go in the middle. A little more. A little more to the left. Yeah, right in there. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Now, what's our ISO? Let's just kind of see where we're at. We're at 160 ISO. We're at a 4, which is probably pretty equal to a 2 on the Blackmagic because we're a full frame sensor. So we have, twice, 3 times the depth of field. We're more shallow with this camera, and that's falling out of focus very nice. We got enough on the back wall that's also separating his downside, and again, you can see the light's all coming from one side. There's nothing over here. Now, if this was fathers and daughters, and this wasn't a single camera shoot, all right, to be able to depict this scene, I would probably go with absolute soft light. Right? So the light that was coming through those windows would be soft. And I would march in with my camera for my close-up, my wide shot and push in, and then the movies would come out and just on the edge of frame and land on each side. And then because it's soft light and it was much more rappy and it would be coming from both sides, we would shoot the whole scene with 3 cameras. It took me a lot longer to light for 3 cameras than it did lighting for 1. Lighting for 1 was much faster. Now, it was funny because we had this agreement that as a cinematographer, I want to pass on a little of this experience to you, a little nugget that took me 10 or 12 movies to learn. And that is, I thought my job as a cinematographer was 100% delivering the director's vision. That couldn't be further from the truth. My job to deliver the director's visions is 33.3%. Okay? The other 33.3 is inspiring your crew and getting them to go the distance and giving you that 15th hour when they've had it and they don't want to work anymore. And also working and corralling, production designers and everyone and gelling them into one vision, which is the director's vision. The last 33.3 is working with production and assisting with them and making it possible on budget and on time. When I did Fathers and Daughters, and I hadn't done that type of budget film in a while. So I walked into every location exactly like I had done Need for Speed or Terminator Salvation. So I told them exactly what we needed for our pre-rig crew and all that stuff. The director or the producer came to me and he said, well, the guys weighed in on all the locations and your pre-rigging man days are at 256. I'm like, yeah, that sounds about right. He goes, we have 50. Okay? So, and then he goes, so how are you going to pay for it? Interesting concept. Okay, so how do I help pay for this? Well, I went to Gabriele Muccino, the director, and we had a conversation. I'm like, pre-rigs are very important to all of us. It's going to give us more time with the actors, more performance-based time for you so I can get up and light quickly. He's like, absolutely. He goes, I think the only way for us to try and save money is to get done earlier. And he goes, I don't have a problem with that. Let's do it. So I've never been on a movie in my whole career that I've shot 2 6-hour days, 4 10-hour days, and 3 8-hour days. Ever. I've done 13 and a half hours has kind of been my minimum. So by doing that, all of a sudden, there's money being freed up, like a lot, because now we're not going into overtime and we're not paying all these things, and now we can take from that and I can get my man days. And by doing this, we were able to get everything that we had wanted. The pre-rigging crew got their 256 days. I got all the lights that I was able to do, but this is a partnership. It's so important for you to work all as a team and not just it's the director's vision and it's 100% focused. And to hold that in as well is not good. Like if the producer tells you, well, we got to do it, we got to make it happen. Going to the director and talking it through with him, I used to never do that. I would take all that weight on me, and it's not good, and it's very stressful. And when all that goes on you, you can't function as efficiently as it should. But if the director understands the limitations and now you can work as a team. So, day 3. Fathers and Daughters, a very difficult scene where we have Octavia Spencer and Amanda Seyfried, and they're walking down a hall for about 70 feet, maybe 100. Then they walk into office. They come in, huge windows, 10 feet high, 30 feet wide. They walk in, they sit down, and they have a 5-page scene. Okay? So I'm lighting and I'm balancing all the hallway, getting all the fluorescents because it's like a social center where people come there with challenged kids and kids that aren't speaking, and these are social workers to kind of help through the process, and Amanda is a social worker there. And so I'm bringing light in from the sides. I'm balancing the back window that's blowing out. I'm walking in here, and the exposures are off the map compared to the internal hallway and the external, and the sun's popping out, and I'm changing NDs on the windows and everything. And the producer comes in and he goes, Shane, we had a deal. And obviously, what are we in? 4 hours, and we haven't shot one shot? I don't think you're living up to your part of the bargain. And he walks out. I'm like, okay, copy that. So we get the whole thing going, and now it's all set. And okay, Octavia and Amanda are in, and let's roll camera. And action. I yank them down the hallway. I pull back into a doorway. They go into the office. I go with them. I hand the camera off to a grip who grabs it and sits on an apple box. Another movie pops out of a broom closet. Another one pops out of a door, and we, do the scene. And cut. Gabrielle's like, got it. Very good, good. Okay, let's do it again. So we go. We come back. Back. Oh, bump. Oh, I hit the wall. Darn it. Okay, cut. All right, let's do it again. Okay, and pull back, and and Amanda flubs her line. Oh, that's not good. All right, let's take 3. Let's go. Go back. We go in here. Oh, yeah, nice. Go into hand it off. Very nice. Come back in. Everything's working out. And cut. Okay, wrap. Every day was like that. The producer comes in and he goes, where's everyone going? Dude, we're wrapped. We're already loading in the trucks. And after that, he was like, Shane, I understand you got my back. This is the 33-33-33 rule. Okay, learn it now. It's huge. It took me about 12 to learn it. I was all in my heart about the director, and that's what I'm doing. I'm actually giving him 100%, but in different increments. It's production, being friendly, the director's vision, and inspiring your crew, and getting all the crew members succinct and gelling as one common goal and one vision. The reason we go with a thick diffusion is because any light that hits it, it blows up. It's gonna. If we used half soft frost, it wouldn't bloom like that. So you go to a very thick diffusion. So you're gonna, just take it out of the stand and we'll Hollywood it. Okay, so there it is. Put it in there. Get the stand out. Okay, all right. Now bring it in. Okay, now and look right at her. Okay, now lose it. See, it's subtle, but it makes that whole transition into the dark side a little smoother. Okay, back in. And back out. Yeah. Okay, and back in. You start creating lines of light like this. So let's say, okay, she has the hard light. So pull that out for a second. And I know we understand the wrap is gone, but now she has the hard light on her. It becomes distracting to some extent. So go ahead and turn to him. Okay. It all depends on where we end up, but obviously we could keep it hard if we wanted to and scrim it down so it wasn't clipping and was more dark and everything if you wanted to stay within reality. But in the true form of, go ahead and, turn around like that. Now, let's get a smaller diffusion frame. So put a silk right there, a 2x3 silk. We'll let the hard light come through and then take that double and just take a double off of her. Okay? So the silk just extends this, but it's going to slide over so she still gets the hard light. So we're using that to be able to create the wraparound. There's the hard light, but now you're shadowing that. So, okay, let's get rid of that for a second then. Okay, bring in the double.
Double in.
Okay, so we can keep the quality of the light like you're saying. Now go ahead and turn to him. I mean, that's where she's going to settle. So I think if we were wider and saw more of her shoulder and more of her back, then I would say, yes, let's definitely go down this road of keeping the harder light and keeping that more based in realism. But when you go in for the close-up like this, you know, more intimate with them, you don't want that kind of hotness in the foreground distracting your eye. You want to drive it right to Jay. And even when Kirsten Dunst was playing in the foreground, the light was so behind her that it wasn't she was still dark in the foreground, which helped drive our eye to Carlos as well. So I think let's do this. Let's use the silk, okay, lose the double, so we won't wrap it around as much as we did, and go ahead and shadow her with it, and it still blooms him. So yeah, set that there. Now angle it in a way that he can see it. So you got to keep on extending in that same line. You want to follow the same angle as this. There you go. Okay. Okay, so now he's still seeing that source. We're using that silk to kind of take down her shoulder. She's now burning off, and now my eye is really directed towards him. Okay, so let's start taking some ratios in here so we can see. I do like this meter so much because it turns itself on and off automatically, which is pretty rocking, so it saves on the battery. So we're at 160 ISO, so we'll set that at 160. And we don't have any ND or anything, do we? No, we're ND-less, okay? And we're at 180-degree shutter at a 50th, okay? Now let me take my filter compensation. So we got to take that off, no filter, okay? This meter rocks. Okay, so what are you on the camera? 4. Wow. Okay, so we got a 4 on our key light. Perfect. Our fill light, which will be kind of like that, is a 1.5. So we're looking at 1, 2, 3.5 down. It feels a little dark. I'm just trying to remember, it just feels a little dark there. If we brought the fill around, or, yes, bring the fill around a little bit, and let's help us out here a little bit. Who's our grip again, Ron? Yeah, open up the lamp left sider on the number 3 head a little bit. And then Rob, you're going to have to get in there, lower it down, and spot it into this white card. Just open up the flag a little bit. Yeah, just twist. All right, that's good. Now let's just lower that thing down and spot it in half a twist, and then send it right back up. So I'm still trying to use all the lights that are outside, all the way down, spot it in, send it back up. Let's go. All right, now let's look at what that did for Phil. Now push it in a little bit more. And go right a little bit more. Oh, there we go. All right. Okay, so now we got almost a 2 just from that manipulation. And let me see you, Moses. Yeah, that's a little softer. It's not so contrasty now. But I think it's wrapping a little bit too much, so go back around.
You want to move 3?
No, you're good. Okay. Keep on going. Right there. Now angle it. Rotate it. Now don't do that. Don't touch that. Just go down to the bottom of your stand, Freddie. Not that one. The bottom. Yeah, now do that. Now just twist other way. That way you don't have to worry about keeping the same height and everything. Keep on going back. Right there. Good. Okay. All right. Loving it. Okay, let's rock and roll this thing. Okay, now you might have to unlock this baby so you can adjust a little bit, because I'm worried that you got to keep that over the shoulder. If she squares up, it all might fit in beautifully, but you want to be liquid that thing so you can react. If she leans on her shoulder a different way, actors end up doing stuff different almost every time. So you want to be able to adjust with them. Okay, all right, let's get our slate in. So I got to kick it so I'm not getting jacked. Am I good there? All right, we got that. Where's our slate? IE Tour, take 2, Nazi 500, DSLR. Okay, here we go. Ready, and action.
What are you doing?
Packing.
Where are you going?
I'm going to Turnabout Ranch in lovely Escalante, Utah. Filled with all sorts of fuck-ups from around the globe. Sounds like fun, huh? And I get to be escorted by a lovely gentleman who's waiting for me in the principal's office. So it looks like I'll be going to boot camp before you do. I'm sorry I was so dramatic the other night. It was
No,
stupid.
I'm sorry that I
No,
didn't.
don't. You couldn't have done anything. I'm smarter not to say anything. Well, Mr. Nunez, it was great knowing you. I hope you have a wonderful life.
Let's leave.
What?
Let's get out of here right now.
Aren't you in the middle of an exam? Like, right now?
So?
I can't let you walk out on an exam.
I already did.
Annapolis is going to look at those grades.
You're not hearing me. I just want to be with you. I don't care about anything else. Not about midterms, grades, Annapolis, your father. I just want to be with you.
You want to be with me?
I love you.
Don't just say that.
Shut up. I love you, okay?
So this guy in the front office, he's rather large.
So let's leave on Sunset.
And cut. Okay. So you saw a couple issues. So when we are lighting the set, okay, on the master class tomorrow, and you have an operator and you have a first AC, okay, they should be rehearsing the moves. They should be moving with the slider and getting the actors to do their scene and have them do exactly this, just like second team. The minute they move, they're going to see that C-stand. Okay, we can't deal with that. So now they're already starting to move it. While you as the director of photography are looking at values, you're shaping lights, you're making that all happen, and the operating team and the first AC are making all these subtle adjustments so that stuff is not in the shot. Okay, and this has to happen as one, combined team, because a lot of the times I'm off trying to do whatever I'm, doing and, getting the light to work and trying to light for 1, 2, 3 cameras, whatever it is. And the operator's job is kind of to lead that march. So tomorrow, whoever is the operator, it's a huge responsibility. It's like being a second director of photography, because it's all these idiosyncrasies, because we're going to be doing a lot of push-ins. And you got to be rehearsing those and rehearsing focus, and all these things have to be happening while all the other stuff is going on. Okay, so let's look at it again. Let's make sure that when she stands up, let's just rehearse this. So she's down, he's up there, he asks the question. Okay, what are you doing? I got some stuff down here and I'm packing up. Okay, she stands up. All right, there she is. Now, the way it's working, she's way too hot. She's leaned in. She's done all this stuff that is a lot more interactive, right? Which is good. So we need to take her down even more. Now, we don't want to put it onto this because that's going to ruin his wrap. So we're going to have to put it somewhere like right in here to kind of take that down. That's just out of frame. Okay, so somebody hold this. Hollywood that. Okay? All right. Now, let's go through the motions again. So now she's like that. Now she squares up. Go ahead and look at him, Christina. And she does her whole thing. We're over there. We're not seeing the C-stand. That's good. It's skinny enough, so I'm still seeing the bounce. I'm still seeing that diffusion. Okay. All right. It looks like now move completely to your left, Christina, out of the frame. Let me just see if it reveals the C-stand back there. It doesn't. Okay, perfect. So now we're totally clear. Okay, great. And we've taken her down so she's not hot. She's more in the green realm, which is good. Okay, great. Let's try one more time. Here I come in. Take 400. Okay, and action.
What you doing?
Packing.
Where you going?
I'm going to Turnabout Ranch in lovely Escalante, Utah. Filled with all sorts of fuck-ups from around the globe. Sounds like fun, huh? And I get to be escorted by a lovely gentleman who's waiting for me in the principal's office. So it looks like I'll be going to boot camp before you do. I'm sorry I was so dramatic the other night. It was stupid.
I'm sorry. I should have said.
No, don't. You couldn't have said anything. It was smarter that you didn't. So, Mr. Nunez, it was great knowing you. I hope you have a wonderful life.
Let's leave.
What?
Let's get out of here right now.
Aren't you in the middle of an exam, like right now?
So?
I'm not going to let you walk out on an
I
exam.
already did.
Annapolis is going to look at those grades.
You're not listening to me. I just want to be with you. I don't give a shit about anything else right now. I care about grades, midterms, Annapolis, your father. I just want to be with you.
You want to be with me?
I love you.
Don't just say that.
Shut up. I love you, okay?
So this guy in the office, he's rather large.
Well, let's just leave on Sunset.
And cut. All right, hold that look. Hold that look. All right, now look at his eyes. See how we have like 3 reflections in there? That looks exactly like the windows, exactly like the wall reflection that was happening, the hot thing in the background. All that stuff starts to fall in just naturally by doing that, right? It's just like, it looks like the windows are up there. We saw the dividers. It looks like there's some shadows. Obviously, we got a cluster of all different events there, but it looks very natural and feels like it's in that time and place. You try not to give them much direction at all because that is something that they then start to think about. That's why these sliders things have become so much more like back in the day when actors were much more trained to hit marks and to really absolutely know where the camera is. And now it's much more free-flowing, and it's much more, and I think the younger talent has an energy that we never really saw, and they're bringing performances and taking them in all different directions, and really, I think, changing the way we make movies. And this is a perfect example of it. I would not ask her to do that unless it was repeated like we could not work through it. So if we were able to not use an overkeeper and a slider and do whatever we could to combat that, then I would go in there and say, but you really don't want to even take them out of the zone because you want to just keep them focused on the script and their character and all that stuff. And when I find if you go in and mention that, then they're thinking about that and not thinking about the scene sometimes. Feel out the talent. You're going to know you've worked with them for, however many weeks, or if it's the first 2 or 3 days, you've already done a little hair and makeup test to get to know them. You're going to feel what you can do. Sometimes actors are very on point and they do the same exact thing every shot, and you can say, hey, do you mind just leaning on your left foot instead of your right, and they take that as no problem. Absolutely, it's just they lean like this instead of leaning like that. This is everything when you're in these overs. And I've worked with a lot of directors that don't even like over the shoulders anymore, because the actors are doing something different. They'll look and not look, and then you cannot use that over the shoulder, and the best performance is thrown on the cutting room floor. So when I was doing Need for Speed, Scotty Waugh wanted to do just cleans. He didn't want to link anyone because he knew he couldn't use the best performance if they were inconsistent in their over the shoulders. So you just got to find out what type of actors you have in regards to how consistent they are. Aaron Paul is very consistent because he's used to doing it on a television show. They have to match that stuff all the time. It all has to work. But on features, it's much more free flow. So you get a mixed bag of direct actors sometimes. Okay. All right. So we've done our DSLR, we've done our Black Magic, and we did the C500 on Crazy Beautiful. Let's all go back and sit down, and we'll move on to the backlight. When I was asked to do the Rat Pack, Rob Cohen, the director, he had an incredible vision for this movie. And backlight was a huge component of that, because it had to feel like they were on stage. And not only when they were on stage, but also when they were on just off the stage. Their life was a stage, was his vision. So when they were on stage, I was very extreme with silhouettes and shafts and the quality of light, and using a lot of smoke, as well as using a black net behind the lens to be able to do this. Now, backlight can come in many ways. You can use the background to actually separate somebody. You can use specific shafts through here to be able to silhouette Sammy Davis when he's on the police car. But does it make sense in an after-hours club at 4 a.m. where Momo Giancano meets with Frank Sinatra to raise the dead for JFK in Chicago, to have a Lico behind our actress blazing and shafting the background and backlighting the martini with the nice little glisten? No. But does it look cool? Absolutely. So that's what the Rat Pack was very much about. I'm using the backlight to separate Momo out of the background. I took a 20 by 20 outside and hit a couple 18Ks in it and just blew that thing out. So it became like this wonderful overexposed background that halo and wrapped around the people and created a backlight. The single shaft in Bobby Kennedy's office, or 99 lights to illuminate Sammy Davis at his mirror. So what are the purposes for backlight? Separate your actor, contrast, general awesomeness. Yes? Create kind of texture, different layers in the background if you're lighting smoke. Three-dimensional quality, I would say, is one of the key elements to backlight, is creating that, bringing the actor, the scene, give it dimension. So we are going to hop up onto the death rig one more time. Which side do you like to backlight from? The same side as the key, the opposite side of the key, or dead center? So we're going to do our light study with all the different lighting. I need my 1K and my circle bounce. Let's, for educational purposes, let's go with 430, okay? More of the wedge style. So let's pop that into a duckbill and a C-stand, and we'll set this. I want to make sure I have the Phillips light over here too, and let's go to 12 o'clock there. Bam. Okay. All right. So let's get this light on a lower stand. That's too tall. Okay. All right. So we're at 4:30. Where's Christina? We liked half soft frost here, so let's set that. Let's get a floppy up here. We got to have that light control. So immediately we're starting to do everything we've kind of learned, which is we need to be able to control the light. So we need to put that very close, Austin, so we keep it off the background. We want to go wide open. We're going to go to 1600 ISO. There you go. And then we got to change our color temp, remember?
Like a 45, 46. Okay, cool.
Okay. All right, let's tilt up and zoom in. Okay, great. So zoom in on your lens so we can get a little tighter. There you go. Keep on going. Okay, good. Tilt up. All right. Let's go up a little bit with the diffusion so it's not wrapping underneath her. Okay, and then go a little higher with that bounce. A little up. Just a little bit. Oh, okay. Tilt the light up a little bit. Come down, Peter, sorry. And angle it so it kicks me a little bit more. Yeah, there you go. Nice. Now, let's pull your hair up if we could. Thank you very much. So I'm just trying to set us up for best case scenario, whether it's a guy or a girl. Obviously, when we deal with hair, we have to deal with the hair and where it plays. But we want to look at what it's like if we're going to be able to bring that light around to the other side and how it plays on each side of her cheek. We need our 2x6 blade in there. Okay, great. All right, let's fire up one of the batten lights. Oh, nice light control, Larry. All right, you're back in my good graces. Okay, ooh, whoa, who's on that dial? Larry? Oh, Jesus. Okay, coming down a little bit. There we go. Okay, very nice. All right. We can probably, because we got enough punch now. Wow, you went crazy with this light control. I love it. 2 floppies. Let's do this. We'll just change the ISO a little bit. There we go. Now we go wide open. Okay. Now, we have our light at 12 o'clock. So that's dead back behind her. It's obviously a softer light. It's our 750 HPL into this bounce. I'll hang this over here for a second. Let me make sure that it's full flood so it's as soft as possible. Let's raise this up a little bit because it's affecting the top of her head. There we go. Okay, snap on the fill there. Okay. And what do you got there? 36, 3700? 3800. Okay, great. Now snap it on and off so we can see what it's doing. Oh, very nice. Yeah. Okay. Okay, great. So now let's slowly move around and I'll tell you when to stop. Okay, here we go. Okay, we're at about 11:30 right now. And hold there. Okay, so what we're getting is we're starting to get her cheek a little bit on the downside, which is good. Okay, now keep on coming around. So that's at 11:30. Yeah, don't put those things in there ever. And hold there. Okay, now that's nice. That is at 11 o'clock. All right, now we still have both sides of her shoulder, which is great. Now look to your right. Christina, look to your right. Okay, see, now we've come around that way. There's always this little bit of funkiness that happens when you go to the dark side. Okay, all right, now look back to your left. Okay, good. And then back to camera. All right. So let's continue to keep on coming around. And hold there. Now we're starting to get a little illumination on her eyebrow. We're getting to the definition in her chin. Now, if this was an interview situation, now look right at me over here. I'm the documentarian. All right? And you're setting up an interview, and she's only looking that way. You can definitely come around this far. I would say you'd probably have to come back a little bit, but if you wanted to backlight from the dark side, then this would work perfect. But if it's an actress and there's a scene and somebody is crossing, and hey, Christina, how you doing? You know, how's it going? You're good? All right, I'm going to be right over here, and then I'm going to be over here, and I'm going to sit down. Okay? You have these situations where the backlight doesn't look so wonderful when you go to that side. So let's go back a little bit. So we can take it to it still looks really good and still is doing something. On Hope right there, I'm still just barely getting it on her cheek right there. Okay, now look at me over here. Okay, see, that's not as offensive. It's edging her, which is great, but it's not coming all the way around on the face. Okay, now come over here. That's nice. It's like 11:45. All right, so that's about as far as you can go around and still make the light work wherever she possibly look. You could probably come a little more, so let's go back. Go to like 11:30. I think you could go kind of a little more. I think right in there is pretty nice for if we were just doing an interview situation or she wasn't looking around. You could absolutely go there. All right. Okay, so drop it all the way down there, Austin. Yeah, go back a little bit, Austin. Yeah, go back, go back. Yeah, right there. All right, now let's soften that. Come in with some half soft frost on a 4x. I don't think we have another one over there. Just make it half grid. Just put it in front of the backlight. Okay. I mean, that's very nice as well. It's not as powerful. We're getting that nice side. You like dropping the key so it's not so high as well, right? Okay. I mean, Christ, we got her with glasses now? I have very reflective glasses. Here, let me try these. These are very reflective. Now look up. There it is. Look at the human being that's interviewing you right here. Yeah. See, it's working very well there. I'm not getting any reflection. Oh, you see reflections, absolutely. It really has never bugged me, but I do like to always have a non-reflective set made. Because sometimes the reflections work, like on the Rat Pack, Momo Giancano, his glasses, his sunglasses, were so much of his personality. So I actually put diffusion frames to be able to reflect that light in his eyes to bring out his persona and the mood of who he was as a gangster. So you can kind of use that to your advantage. They made me all these beautiful non-reflective glasses and everything, and I ended up going with the ones that were reflected. And Rob loved it, but you always want to try and make a set if you have the opportunity. And what we have right here, like, go ahead and look up if somebody was stand over here and look up to him right there. If she's looking at him. Personally, I don't think that's a great angle on her anyway. So I would kind of do what we're saying where, I would have him raise her up or have him squat down. So we take right there Now it defines her cheekbone a little bit. We're not like looking up underneath her chin, and it's working very well. And this is pretty much almost in a side light scenario with that diffusion. Now, what I find is for the reflections, when you use half soft frost, it also as a diffusion doesn't reflect in the glasses as much either, because once again, it's not a, it's more of a silvery source than a half soft or a light grid. Let's diffuse it even more. Get me another light grid cloth. Oh, we'll flip these up. Half soft frost to the background. No, that's too intense. So let's go half soft frost right here. Let me have that, baby. Nail that, Austin. Okay. Put that in there. Okay. And then we're going to have to crank up our ISO again. So that looks beautiful. I mean, the light grid cloth is working. Look up for us to look a little higher. You can see how that reflects even more going with that style of diffusion. Come on back down. And when people talk, they move their head and turn to the side. So kind of move your head around like you're talking. Yeah, see, she's a little angle. Then it's definitely going to get in there. You see? So let's go to the side a little more. Okay. Did we move over? Yeah. I just want to grip clip some Duvetine down here so it's not all this light is adding up. What's happening is the light is bouncing off the floor and it's also filling her in from here. So I just want to, okay. Now, so we've come around a little more sidey. Now move your head around so we can kind of see you. Okay, now we have to go higher. So let's go up higher with the light. Going up. Let's go, 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 go. Oh, that stays where it was. Come back down. There you go. Okay. All right. Yeah, we've overtrained. So let's come down a little bit. Coming down with the diffusion. That's good right there. Hold there. Coming down with the diffusion. Okay, hold there. Nice. Okay, now move around. It's much better. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I know it's stuff that, you know, I do the same exact thing when I'm going there. You're fighting all those different parameters. But I do love the quality of the light, where our backlight is. I love that little kiss on her cheek and the lower quality. So let's look at what it would feel like if we went not so soft and went to a Celeb 2700. So snap off the 750. Okay. Okay, pop that on. Go to 2700. Like, let's say we warm it up a little bit. So go way warm on this baby. Nice. Okay, now drive it around so it's at the same position where we had liked it. Oh, right there. Very nice. Now diffuse that baby. Where's our half soft frost? Hand hold that thing. No more setting stands. You got to be human C stands for the rest of the day. Larry, flop to the other side so you're not in the shot. If you feel that this backlight, by diffusing it, is going to create problems where you're exploding it all over the place, then you can do that. Okay. But I tend to try and soften stuff first before I just scrim it down. Because I find that backlights, especially with blonder hair, especially with even dark brunettes, when you make the source smaller, it tends to be very specular, right? You start to have that hot spot because it only sees as big as the light is, which is the Fresnel is only this big, where if you have a big diffusion, it's this big. So it's a lot more cosmetic. So I'm loving that 2700 degree on, it's a little powerful. So come down a little bit. come out a little bit with that soft frost. There you go. Now dim it down. Yeah. It's like something there is nice. Come down even more. Okay. All right. Now let's see what it looks like from the other side. So not on the downside to camera. Go ahead and flip the batten lights. So, oh no, the batten lights stay over there. That's good. Okay, keep on coming. So now we're going to take it around, not to only dead back, but now we're going to come on what I call key on key. Hold right there. Go back, 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 back. What I'm looking at, hold there. Go around a little more. A little more. Ho. Now boom down a little bit. What I'm trying to do is get it off her eyebrow, but I'm getting this nice on her cheek right there, which is great. Now look to your left. Christina, go back. Hold there on the dolly. Now Christina, look to your left. See that beautiful rim? Okay, come back. Look right over here for me. Yeah, right there. Okay. Now on and off with that. And on. And off. And on. Let's diffuse it, please. Let's raise it up a little bit. Don, you're in the shot there. No, just come up with the diffusion. Oh, there you go. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I like this. It's go back to your right, Austin, a little bit more, because it's coming onto her eyebrow there. Oh, right there. Okay, so now if she's looking straight in there, it's off her eyebrow. If you look over here, we're using, look right here. Okay, see how clean that looks? Okay, we're separating her dark side with the batten lights in the background. She has a beautiful fill level on her. She has total, we're looking, the fill level is like perfect amount of levels so we can still see any emotions that are there. Now she looks back over to her left, okay? And now we have that beautiful rim on the side of her face. Now if she looks way hard left, it'll get onto her nose and come around like that. It's still getting on this shoulder. It's not playing on that shoulder, but it is getting a little of her hair. So these are things that I'm looking for in a scenario where I'm trying to give the actress or the actor as much range to look around and do whatever is necessary, but at the same time, make it look very elegant and very simple. So get that color jammer over there, that Airy right there, that L7C. Okay. Just put it on the ground. We'll kill the batten light. Okay. Now go ahead and turn it on the left side and the right side there, and make it daylight. Okay. So so that's a colder tone back there. Now let's take down the intensity. Dive. Hope. So that separates her out nicely and also gives like the coolish tone in there mixed with the warm. Now, if you wanted to mimic the backlight to match the background, go ahead and throw that to 5,500 degrees. So let's do this. Let me have a 400 watt Kino flow, and let's bring it over here, 400 celeb, and we'll use that to key with and not diffuse it. We'll just use it as a source. So blow that thing out. Color contrast is as important as contrast. So if I light a scene golden, then I'm filling the shadows with 5500 cyan, cool tones. So the shadows have blueness to them mixed with all the warmth. On the fill, on the back, on the background, ricocheting off walls. You'll have practicals, but there might be like a warm wall that I might ricochet some cyan blue tones. You always want to create that color contrast. As important as contrast is, color contrast is almost just as important. Okay, so let's go ahead and go to 3200 with this. Okay, now go up gold on the 2700 on our backlight, please. Okay, so now we're 2,700 on our backlight. We are 3,200 on our Kino Flow. Right, it looks a little hot. Dim that down a little bit. Oh, right there. All right, so we definitely have that shadow that you talk about because it's a much harder source. So half soft frost in front of that, and then let's go up full on this and put a light grid in front of it. Full up. Okay, so we have light grid cloth in the backlight. Let's come around a little more sidey with that. Okay, right there, good. Okay, look to your left now, Christina. Okay, great. Look back to your right. Too much. Right there, nice. Okay, very good. All right, and back to camera. Okay, that's the half soft frost in there. So the shadow is not as bad, but it's still pretty prevalent. I like the cooler tone back there separating her. Just dim down that a little bit more. Oh. Side by side on, so this is the Kino Flow, but we had the bounce there before. So bounce versus this. Okay, so right off the bat, she's whiter. So let's cool up the Kino Flow. Back up, back down, 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 down. Hold. All right, now crank up the volume. Oh. Okay. Yeah, come down a little bit on that. Yeah. Oh, right there. All right, now cool it up just slightly. It's okay. Oh. All right, let's just, I think we've kind of exhausted this whole scenario. Let's move on to the wrap pack. So let's go ahead and sit down. And thank you very much, everyone. Christina, thank you.